A possible new subdivision in the Boise Foothills is drawing a lot of attention and concern. A developer has filed an application with the city of Boise to build the Erie Canyon subdivision in the central foothills, close to the Hillside to Hollow Reserve. It would be a private development, however, many nearby residents are against it. Our Misty Inglet dug more into the story today, and she explains more about this project. Misty?
Well, Kim, we're dealing with a couple of different things here. So let's take a look at the area we're talking about, and it's this area that you see here in green. So it's right near Hillside Junior High, which sits right here, and it sits above the Quail Hollow Golf Course, which runs right along here. This total area is 60 acres of private land, but the actual development we're talking about just incorporates 20 acres that sits right about in this area here. Now, it's not actually on the reserve. You can see the reserve is right down here, so this development sits above that. Now there's another portion of the land right in here. It's this area you see in red. This is considered unbuildable. However, there's an access road right here that would come in through this unbuildable part, and that's the only way that you could access that new development. So this is the area that we're talking about, and the city says it's still pretty early on with this project right now. The city of Boise says just recently, at the end of June, it received an affidavit of interest for the proposed new foothills subdivision called Erie Canyon. The project would add 30 homes to a 20-acre plot of private land near the Quail Hollow Golf Course. People who already live near that area have mixed feelings and a few concerns with the project.
I think it's an awful lot of houses in such a small space. We kind of moved out here to be in the quiet, and it's becoming not that way.
Love the hiking out here, so as long as it doesn't impact that or the driving, I guess it's okay. I feel like I live out here. Other people probably want to live out here too.
With a separate development already happening in the same area next to Arrowvilla Way, residents feel one of the biggest challenges will be road access. Right here is the inlet where Villa Ridge Way turns into Winter Camp Drive, and it's here at the start of Winter Camp Drive at this spot that the developer wants to build the only access road up into the new development.
I just don't see these two roads supporting all the traffic that, I don't know how many home sites it is, but it's already getting bad. Our concern is probably emergency crew access up here with all these houses.
We don't have access to Cartwright through the fire road, so it can be a little challenging. We had a fire here years back, and it is a little scary when you have one exit, especially the golf course is super busy in the summer, so getting around all the parked cars at Quail Hollow can be a challenge.
According to the City of Boise Planning Services, those are things that will all be considered by the Planning and Zoning Commission before making any decisions or recommendations.
Certainly there's a lot to be done before there's any project approval at this point.
Now, another interesting point of fact with this project, back in 2017, there was a case where the same private property owner wanted to create a public road coming off of 36, that's what goes above the golf course, and it would have actually went through part of Quail Hollow. That property owner claimed he had easement rights, the city fought it, and the case eventually went to the Idaho Supreme Court, which did rule in favor of the city, meaning no public road could be put there. So development, nothing new for that area. And Kim, I also reached out to Colin Connell, that's the project applicant. He was unavailable today, but we are setting up a time to talk with him more about this project as well. Kim.
Misty, thank you. And as part of the legal process, the city is required to hold a public work session on this development. The public can ask questions to city planning staff, engineers, and the project applicant. That work session is August 8th at 3 p.m. at Boise City Hall. A public hearing will be held at a later date.